please and not I don't want to say whining, but with their
you can say that's what it is.
They're whining. Who are they trying to get sympathy from? Like, who are they trying to get coalition from? Who are they preaching to?
Public, I guess.
They're not going to get it.
So they should just sit back and not say anything, Armen? What should they do?
I'm not saying they should say nothing. They have a right to say what they want and to voice their frustration. But I don't know who's going to have sympathy for that.
They should come up with a better plan than this. They should get together with the NFLPA and say, hey, you guys need to come out with a statement, and you guys need to have our backs. Doing it individually is lame. It makes them look like a bunch of babies.
And they did it with the retweets, right, Butch? Kind of.
Yes.
I retweeted it. Hell yeah. Fullbacks already going, running backs going that way. Like, let's stand up. We need a grassroots petition signed right here in Wisconsin. We got 2 great running backs, 2 guys we need to depend on a lot this year. We need to start making running backs happy.
Funny thing is, Aaron Jones is one of the guys actually getting paid pretty well.
Yeah.
Compared to, he's worth what his money is. He's contributed to the Packers. We love him. He's, man of the year.
Well, that's because we have about 6 wide receivers on the roster, and none of them has more than 13 games experience.
There you go.
They're trying this grassroots, but it's the boo Ben Cadet. Boo. Boo. Like, that's what they're gonna get. Boo.
Ben Cadet.
Yeah, boo. Ben Cadet.
Running backs. Boo. Running backs complaining about making millions of dollars. Boo. Running backs. Poor babies. Boo.
Boo.
I want to be careful saying, like, if you want to lament it and vent and be frustrated, that's fine. But I don't see who it's gonna. No one's gonna. There's going to be no change made by you tweeting, complaining that you're being undervalued. That's just the reality of it. It's not like other running backs are going to support you. And besides that, the average American football fan is not going to feel bad for you. That's just the way it is.
Armen, it's no different than when the celebrities complain about the airlines. It's the same thing. What are you doing?
I know. But yet I complain about airlines, and I'm not a celebrity. I don't consider.
Are they?
Are
celebrities
you complain about
and
getting
athletes
paid?
Not allowed to complain?
No, they are. That's my whole point. I'm not saying they're not allowed to complain. I just don't know what the purpose and end game of it. I don't think they're going to build a coalition from people. They're not like going to get support and sympathy and people put torches up for them.
It's almost a negative in this way. The more support Saquon Barkley gets, he might make a rash decision. He might actually decide to sit out of games and miss money based off of all the support that he gets from other running backs around the league. And we got your back, baby. We got your back. Go ahead and sit this thing out. Let's show them, who's boss.
Sure.
And in the meantime, Saquon Barkley's paycheck and bank account is the one that suffers.
That's Le'Veon, right?
Zay, you talked about this yesterday morning. So this all starts with Le'Veon Bell. Like, this is where it started, is people realize, like, this, you want to know where it all, originates from? There.
He ruined it for a lot of guys.
Before Le'Veon Bell was Logan Mankins. Zabe.
I'm just talking running backs, though.
Running back position, yeah.
I think Le'Veon ruined it for running backs because it showed just how ruinous trying to hold out a year was. Even though he did get paid, they ran the math on what he got paid from the Jets. It didn't make up for the year of lost.
But don't you think that
franchise tag money?
Don't you think that should have been a reason why running backs don't follow in the footsteps of Le'Veon Bell? They ran the math. They found out this was a poor way to go through it. Don't learn from Le'Veon. Don't duplicate Le'Veon.
Well, I think that's the thing. They're not.
Not only are running backs not going that route, but the owners realized these running backs have a shelf life, so they're not worth it because he didn't do anything for the Jets. He didn't make them that much better. I was talking with somebody about how I thought when the Niners got McCaffrey, it was going to be like cheat mode for that team. And while they did win, I forget how many of their last 10 or 11 games,
like all
McCaffrey's numbers,
all of them but one.
Yeah, they
went on a heater.
Okay.
Do you know how many touchdowns McCaffrey had running? 6.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
What were his stat lines?
Okay.
Is it all just about the touchdown?
Good point, John.
Well, he had 300-yard games. He had 300-yard games out of 10 games and 6 touchdowns. I consider that to be a touch over underwhelming, and I'm a huge McCaffrey fan. I thought when he was added to their team, I'm like, this is unfair. Who let this happen?
How many receptions did he have? How many yards receiving did he have? How many receiving touchdowns did he have? How many times did they decoy him and hand it to Deebo Samuel? The end of the story is they went to the NFC Championship game with their third string quarterback. He got UCL injury in the first quarter. I mean, still pretty impressive what the 49ers
Yeah, I mean,
did.
Fair enough.
Judge the impact
Fair
on the
enough.
offense, right? The impact
Okay,
on the offense.
here's some more running back numbers for you, Kuhn. So I also asked the question. I said, where's the next LaDainian Tomlinson? A 31 touchdown back in 2007, 28 on the ground, 3 in the air, 1,800 yards rushing. And my friend said, well, it's become more of a passing league. And I said, wait, it was a passing league in 08, 9, 10, 11, 12 when guys like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady were setting the passing records in the NFL. 56 touchdowns, etc. You're telling me there's no one that could replicate what LaDainian Tomlinson did in 2007?
Let me ask you, Aaron Jones had 22 touchdowns just a few years ago? Just like 2-3 years ago. He had 22 touchdowns. And he shared the ball a lot with Jamal Williams.
It's high efficiency.
Who shared the ball with LaDainian Tomlinson when he had 31?
Nobody.
Exactly.
The game was different. Lorenzo Neal's a blocker.
He averaged 21.2 carries per game. Average 21.2 carries average.
And about 10 screen passes.
That's not done anymore. But I don't believe that the league is that much more passing as a reason why the age of LaDainian Tomlinson's are no longer here. I also don't believe that he is a generational talent that you can't get that once in a 50-year, 20, 30-year span. There's running backs being churned out of college that are amazing with whip-bap, speed, burst, power, the whole schmear.
What's whip-bap?
Something has happened where
Whip-up
teams
guy.
just don't do what they used to do.
I think this
And
whole
maybe-
sorry, go ahead, Zabe. Oh, you're done.
No, I was going to say, let's shut up now. Go ahead.
No, I have a theory that
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry for both.
No.
of you.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually,
I
you
blew it.
all
I
should
blew it.
just
Sorry, guys.
just apologize.
Your theory is, Armen?
My theory is the reason that they're so many frustrated about it is because it's so counterintuitive to what you think football should be, right? I mean, football in that its basis form to our thinking was based on athleticism, the fastest, the most elusive, the one that could outrun and out-juke and score touchdowns are the best players in the field at every level those guys had been. Pop Warner, high school running backs to the star, a lot of times in college. And in theory, you think, okay, if I'm the most athletic on the field, I should be paid like it. And just because of the way the economy works in positions in the NFL, it doesn't work like that. And it's so counterintuitive that it's so frustrating that you can't handle the reality. It's like I'm out running and out juking and out speeding everybody. I'm at its basis
out speeding.
You know what I mean?
I
Out
like
speeding everyone.
Love that. Love that. Finally, come talk to me in my language. I love it.
At its most basic core, yeah, Butch.
No big words. I love it.
At football, like if we're
Great
all
speeding.
if we're all out in the backyard, the
Outspeeding.
best football players are the ones that outran and out juked and the fastest and the quickest. So wouldn't those be the most valuable players? At most levels, it makes sense. In the NFL, it doesn't make sense to make them the most valuable.
Somehow in 2007, Kuhn, they gave the ball to LaDainian Tomlinson, said, go score a touchdown. He did 28 times by running. That's incredible. Running for touchdowns is a wonderful thing. It's safer than trying to pass for them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't risk sacks. You don't risk interceptions.
Remember, Sean
And yet-
Alexander just a year or two before that actually set the rushing touchdown record and was franchise tagged that year.
That sucks. Did he go on Twitter to complain about it?
No, but I can't remember
Twitter
if he
didn't exist.
missed games to hold out. I can't remember if he
He
did.
went
or
on
not.
MySpace and complained.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That was on
No.
AIM. AIM.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm underpaid.
Setting
Download
his
my
away
complaint
message, yeah.
now.
But like, what if running backs had
Still processing.
if running backs had their way, like what if they could do a magic pill to make a change today? What would they rather have? An increased cap, or money to be taken away from linemen, or money to be taken away from quarterbacks?
No.
Probably, right?
They'd want to get hit free agency sooner and have no tags.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because
You
They want
say
Gary-
you say
they
it
want
doesn't matter.
Gary-
You don't
asked-
know.
No, I'm trying to make a point that
Armen.
you would still have to take away money from somewhere else in the cap. So somebody
Forget
would
that.
lose.
No, you don't.
Forget
The
that.
cap
They would
is-
spend money on wide receivers. They wouldn't spend on running backs. What they need to have the tag removed so they can walk out the door. The truest power in any negotiation is your heels, showing
Absolutely.
somebody your heels. I'm
We
leaving.
see it in the NBA. We see it in the NBA, right? Like
Yes.
James Harden wants out, he's out.
Nothing
If you were-
focuses the mind
Well,
of a valuable person.
When's he
in
going
a-
to get traded? I'm just dying waiting for this. And now it's like Daryl Morey is just backed against the wall like, whoa, Well,
Both
because after Harden is Embiid, and I'm looking at no superstars now. None.
both Harden and Lillard are stuck in the trade vortex. They can't be moved right now.
Is that like the
And
portal?
I don't know when they're gonna.
They're stuck in the portal.
It's like
pretty much.
I said. It's like Winnie the Pooh being stuck in Piglet's house. Oh,
Rabbit.
I'm never gonna be traded. Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Daryl Morey wants too much from me. Oh boy, Piglet. What am I gonna do? Woe is me. So here's another running back quirk for you. For once upon a time, a team did this with a running back. You, I'm sure, Kuhn, as part of the high association, the Honorable League of Fullbacks, knows the name Larry Centers.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Larry Centers played for
100
Arizona.
receptions.
Fullback, 101, followed by 96 receptions in back-to-back years.
That's amazing.
But that's not what he was best at, believe it or not.
What was he best at?
His chip blocks were amazing. He would just clear out defensive ends trying to take the high rush on the tackles. So the tackles could always sit down on the bull rush. Larry Centers would be there if they try to go high, chip him back into the tackles, and then he'd catch a check down pass. Who was his quarterback? Was it Jake Plummer? Tell me it was Jake Plummer.
Oh, I think there was a Josh McCown in there at some point.
Jake
It
the
was a
Snake,
bunch
I
of
think.
guys.
Oh,
It
man.
might have been Jake the Snake as well. But nobody, Armen, stopped to tell the Cardinals, you're throwing to your fullback 100 times. Nobody else is doing this. What are you doing? Nobody stopped him to do that. They're like, nope, this is what we do. It was a weird quirk. Nobody else did it. Probably wasn't that effective, right, Kuhn, in the end? I mean,
I
great
I don't know. I wasn't a big Arizona stand back then, right? And we
They
didn't
didn't
have
do
the,
much.
We didn't have the red zone back then, so I don't know how many Arizona Cardinals games I got to actually.
You can look
see.
at their records during the Larry Centers era. They weren't much of a factor.
Well,
Yeah, but maybe he was their best offense. And
prove
he had
this.
962 receiving yards the one year, 9.5. That's pretty good for even a receiver.
Yeah,
So
He
maybe they
ended his career as a fullback, Kuhn, with 200 more catches than carries.
well, he was a fullback.
I know.
He was blocking
That's
on
the-
those run plays.
Well, that was
That's
Buddy
the
Ryan.
fun. It's
That's
the
Buddy
funny.
ball.
It's the funniest stat ever. And he had almost 200 catches in a 2-year span.
That's Buddy,
Zabe,
that's Buddy ball.
Zabe, the only thing that people remember back in the Cardinals that time is Rod Tidwell. That's it.
Oh
Yes.
man.
All right,
That's the best the Cardinals are known for.
two quarterbacks in 94 when he set that 100 reception mark. Two quarterbacks split time had started. One started 7 games, one started 8. Who can name either one?
Well, I just threw the only name I know out from that.
Yeah,
era.
but it's not that. I couldn't name either one of these. I know the guys, but
Dan McGuire.
nope.
Well, give us the names.
Do you want him now? Okay, no one wants to guess.
Jake O'Donnell.
Steve Berline started 7 games, and Jay Schrader started 8 games.
Okay, so there's your reason why the fullback got 101 receptions, right there.
Scrub QBs.
Well, they're not throwing, that slant route. They're not throwing the double move, deep corner. They're
right.
check down.
It's also Buddy Ryan
All
was their coach. They didn't like that. They didn't like the pass. He hated run and shoot.
Kuhn, where do you stand on golf hoodies?
I enjoy this. I think it's a lot of
Okay.
fun. Yeah.
So you like hoodies? You'll wear them.
I'm a
in
big
cool
hoodie
weather.
fan, especially Iron Jock hoodies with the little cut there, and especially
Golf
Iron Jock's
hoodies.
newest, which will be the short sleeve hoodie.
Well, I can't
Get
wait
ready
for
for
that.
We all
this.
love Iron Jock. That's established. I'm asking you, do you own golf hoodies?
I do.
Made by golf manufacturers.
I
do you
do.
play with them?
I
Do you ever put the hood up?
I do the Cocoa.
Do you ever put the hood up?
The Cocoa hoodie from Grace, and I don't put it up all that often now,
So what's the point?
It's a style.
I'll hang up and
If-
listen off the air.
because I have the ability to pull it up if I want to. It's all about want to.
But nobody ever does.
It's all about
Armen,
options, Abe. It's about
Armen,
options.
quickly,
Give me options.
Quickly, Armin, where do you stand on teams like the Mariners putting a small selection of opposing team gear in their pro shop when they're in town, like the Blue Jays?
Well, we did that when I was working Fan Zone, Josh. Team store.
Yeah, we
And-
didn't when I
Yeah,
was
how
there
do you
'cause
feel
it
about
was
that, Armin? You
stupid.
like that? So De La Cruz jersey being
Yeah.
Am fan?
You got to move merchandise, baby.
Oh, you
Atta
are
boy.
so rich. Oh,
Atta
move
boy.
the
Atta
money.
boy. That's my boy.
oh
The
De
more
La
money, the
Cruz
more players.
jerseys. Oh,
You know what? I'm
are
gonna get our buddy Sean
disgusting.
on. We're gonna talk about this.
Get Sean
You should.
Marefka on
Get him.
this.
Get Sean on. Yeah.
All right. Boys, have a good one. 9 to noon is next. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Josh, great job. Hopefully all those missing files that are essential to doing our radio show
Yeah.
magically show up in the
That'd
hard
be nice.
drive.
Yeah.
Is
Fantastic.
it the P
Be
drive
great
again?
if it did.
P drive's
I don't have
going
anything
again?
to do with it.
9 to noon is next.